So, just vlogging and thought I'd rewrap this hilt. Put the original pommel back on it so everybody could tell what it was. Easier. Plus, I've got the hammer pommel, or whatever you call it, on the Dark Wolf right now. But I really like it on this one, so I think I'm gonna just swap it back and forth as needed or get another one. I need to get a speaker for this one because this sounds like crap. I'm down to that one saber, like I said. I'm so scared I'm gonna drop it and screw it up and be without something for a week or two. Wouldn't that be the height of calamity? So a couple of people asked me about my wraps, and it's just most of the stuff I do is Wilson tennis wrap. Whatever color. I need to find some faux leather, but if it's not stretchy like this, I don't want to mess with it, to be honest with you. And I just use it for grip, and it does look kind of cool. So it helps a lot with the comfort level. I don't know where my camera is. Anyway, so I'm going to go with orange just because it's easy to see, and that's my favorite color. And I'll save this black if it's any good. Sometimes I reuse it, sometimes I don't. That doesn't look very good. And you can see where I chewed it. Ooh, I chewed it up really bad. Tell you what. Have a file out. This will work for quick. So yeah, I thought it was a modular unit like all the other LGTs because I didn't read very well on the description on this. This is not a Spectre. This is the LGT version of the Spectre. Crimson Dawn calls it the Spectre. So this is just the LGT lightsaber from AliExpress with a faulty. Not a faulty, with a broken speaker in it on the Dark Wolf board. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but I got it good because I had a pipe wrench on one end. I had my big channel locks on the other. And I was twisting. I was like, this thing is tight. No, it's just one piece, and I'm an idiot. So don't do that to yours. Read before you buy. Which I don't care if it's a unibody. It looks just fine. It's simple and elegant, like I like. It's got a nice choke point. So worked out just fine. I just want to tear everything apart like everything else. And what I do normally is split my tape in half. I just come up with I think maybe a better way to do it if I don't cut myself. It's hard to see. And all I use is Wilson tennis wrap and electrical tape. That's it. As long as it's black, you're good to go. The background. You notice I mostly buy black sabers. It looks good on that chrome too, though. You can line it up pretty well. So I use this. This I used on the back side just because it looked more like a leather. I didn't use the front. On the Dark Wolf here, I did the front side, if you can tell the difference. Barely. So that's the Dark Wolf. That's the Therax or the Enforcer, if it's your Crimson Dawn fan, whatever you want to call it, wrapped in that black Wilson tennis wrap. That's okay. But I'm spinning that one because it's got a smooth swing on it that still works, or it's got a working speaker on it. It's also got my good blade. Let's see how I really did a number on it. I don't, every time I get kind of aggressive spinning, I drop it, so I'm just kind of scared to use it. And I stay in the shop a lot too, like I can't break that habit. All right, so I leave the blade on because that's what I've always done. Hold it like that on a table somewhere since I've done sticks and ninja swords since I was a kid, so that works for me. So I just leave the blade on. I don't use that just because of the aesthetics. And I start on the back side. I haven't been watching much since The Mandalorian. I need to catch up on the Clone Wars, especially going forward. I got to where I didn't hate the Clone Wars, or didn't exactly. It was okay. It wasn't bad. Let's see. Let's see, that's all janky. Okay. That's annoying. So I'll trim that. It's got this plastic wrap on it too. So much garbage. So much garbage. So I don't like the way that looks. I'll trim it up. And just just might mess things up a little bit, nothing big. So I gotta go back to work tomorrow, so the party's over. So videos will suffer. Excuse me. But I was coming out here pretty regularly on work nights too. When I first got that thing, when I first started making videos. Let's see. And I'm probably not even going to put tape on the top part right there, because it comes just under that lip. I don't know if you can see that. Hide all this chewed up section. So this part's got a little sticky on it, so that helps a lot. Let's see. I don't have a whole lot to talk about. I thought about just doing this with background music because I'm just kind of blah because I got to go back to work tomorrow, which work's not bad. I can't complain too much. It's just not lightsabers. Not yet, anyway. What I mean by that is I've been talking to my boss about doing some kind of job program, maybe making it Star Wars instead of just generic work program, kind of Star Wars with it. And then, of course, if you like your hilt and you want it shiny and neat, you can't use this method. But I don't care because I just spin them anyway. I don't have a nice hilt yet, so I just cut here because it's the quickest, easiest, and cleanest way to do it. You can do it with scissors, though. I've done it in the past like that. You just kind of estimate it. And the tape's going on the bottom, so it'll hide any little imperfections you get down there. And that should, ideally, roll right off. Yeah. So that's just one choke point down. And what I used to keep it is, like I said, I split electric tape in half, and what I just tried a while ago that worked well is this. It was hard to cut it down the middle, like stretch it out from the table and cut it without getting it crooked. So I tried this and it worked pretty well. So I can do it without cutting myself. Just run it right down the middle and it'll go through a layer or two. Try to run it right down the middle. But it should work, ideally, for a piece of keeper tape. Yeah, it's a little ragged. It'll work. And then you don't need a whole lot, just so, yeah, I don't have a whole lot to talk about. So, what do you guys got to talk about? Maybe the vlog's a bad idea. I mean, I could talk about all kinds of crazy crap. Who wants to listen to that while I talk about lightsabers? Well, I do lightsabers. Not many. Get existential and stuff. I don't know. Been watching True Detective for the first time. That's interesting. Not bad. Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. Woody Harrelson's character was really grating, but whatever. Not that you care. So the cool thing with the black is it just kind of blends in anything you want. There's one. And then, how do we do this? So I'm going to just wrap it the other way to use the edge right here. That's close enough. So, the Star Wars movies. I've been wanting to talk about those. Okay, first off, I am the original trilogy all the way through and through, blah, blah, blah. But after a while of not having any more of the original trilogy, you get to where you'll watch The Phantom Menace and all that more and give it a chance and hope and dream that it's better the next time. That Jar Jar disappears, and I know there was a cut that used to be less Jar Jar that was pretty good. It wasn't pretty good. It was not horrible. How's that? Anyway, I'm rambling. But I hated the prequels. The prequels were just like, I don't know. I mean, this is so backward for me. I'll turn around. I still don't like it. Anyway. It'll work. The prequels were just... The guy I used to work with said it best. He said, I went in the theater. He said, I sat through The Phantom Menace. And I was confused. And so the next day, I think he said the next day, I went and saw it again. And I kept thinking, I'm supposed to like this. Why am I not liking this? I'm supposed to like this. Why am I not liking it? So he saw it 2 or 3 times and just finally just decided, this is totally backwards for me. It was just garbage. So I don't like that at all. It's weird for me. I got to do it one way. I'm so particular. Well, let's do this. And we'll just cut it down an angle a little bit. Just to get it started. Anyway, and that's how I felt about the prequels too. They were just, they did not mesh at all with my Star Wars, other than the fact that there were lightsabers on screen again. It was, it was not a good time. But then, you know, time goes on, blah, 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 and you get to where you don't hate them, and they're not going anywhere, so you got to accept them. Like I said, I got to where I didn't hate Kenobi at all. Ewan McGregor's pretty cool. And then they started doing the new stuff finally, the sequels, and everybody got excited, and I went to the first one, and I was like, that was fun, but it was basically the same exact plot of the first, the original 3. See, I don't like the way it looks, but who cares? Black would hide that better. So I'm going to go all the way down. Where am I going here? I'm going right there with it. But it was at least more Star Warsy, and I don't know, Kylo Ren was so Darth Vader derivative that I hated to even like him, but he was at least cool and he had a cool helmet. I mean, I don't know, Star Wars is all about the helmets to me. It always has been. All the Stormtrooper helmets, all the Biker Scout helmets, all the Darth Vader helmet, obviously, the Royal Guard, you name it. And of course, Boba Fett, the ultimate helmet. So, yeah, I just like, it was just like so regurgitated. I just like couldn't love it. And so I was like, well, it's not terrible. Poe Dameron really grated on my nerves for some reason. I don't know. Enough hot shot pilots, I guess. Rey was okay, but she was kind of vanilla. Finn was cool. But the more they went along with them, the more ridiculous they got. I mean, I don't need to go rehash all of that. Everybody's been through that and heard about all that. But so I'm curious to see where Filoni and Favreau take it, because I couldn't have asked for much better than The Mandalorian as far as staying true to my childhood Star Wars. So I'm gonna take it right there. How's that? Because I guess it's the look, the feel, the flavor of the whole thing of The Mandalorian is just so, it fits in that universe so well. Rogue One did it okay. And most people disagree with me. I really didn't hate, what was it, Solo. I didn't hate it at all. Not a fan of the actor guy, but he did okay. But to see Chewbacca on screen, man, that's great. That's good stuff. And it was way more Star Warsy than any of the sequels, so I couldn't complain. Yeah, I liked it. And then you got to see them all at the end anyway. And one day I'll make a whole vlog where I'll argue that, that's probably too short, we'll see, that the best Star Wars movie is actually Return of the Jedi. I'll get filleted for that one. But I'll argue it all day long. All day long. It's got everything. I'll argue it right now. To me, well, first off, it's the one I remember mainly as a kid. I remember vaguely Empire. I don't remember. I'm sure I went to see it in the theater, but I don't recall the experience itself. I do recall Jedi. And I've said before, my mother had to threaten to take me out of the... I'll angle that a little bit. take me out of the theater because I was about to hyperventilate. Could barely sit down. I had so many Star Wars figures in my pockets. But that was the first one for me to really stick in my craw, I guess you'd say, or Jedi. So I'm kind of biased. Excuse me. Now, I don't by any means dislike Empire or New Hope or any of that. And love them, as canon, as my canon, my personal, anyway, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But Return of the Jedi is the best because it has I don't know, the fantastic sequence in Tatooine, however you want to say it. And when I talk about Star Wars, I'm not talking about the remakes with the extra footage and all that. You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The original, with the gaping maw of the Sarlacc that lets you be mystified as to what was in that and where Boba Fett went and blah, 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 blah. Return of the Jedi. Tatooine, green lightsaber, Boba Fett, even though he went in the Sarlacc. Jabba the Hutt, Slave Leia, if you if you have to, as misogynistic as that is. But what else? Dagobah and Yoda, Lando and the Falcon, the best starfight or space, best space dogfight, in my opinion, ever. Fans of Battlestar Galactica can argue with me. I've seen it. I don't care. But it had all, and it had the Emperor. I mean, how can you argue with that? Okay, the Ewoks were meh, but at the time I was young enough to accept it, and move on, and go with it, and so they're still fine with me. They're not great, but they're fine. I'm gonna put some right there too. I didn't get this tape all boogered up. But yeah, I mean, the resolution between father and son, Luke's, I don't know if you call it flirtation right then with the dark side. Right there, we thought about it real quick. Where he was angry. The Emperor tapped his anger. Now that whole throne room scene, I mean, you gotta have that. I mean, that's the best. So, Jedi. Oh, speeder bikes. There you go. Speeder bikes. The main reason that exists in my shop at all. Which needs to go, I think. It's time. Maybe. Don't let it hear me. Anyway, this taped up, and I'll shut up and get out of your ear. Of course, you know where the stop button is, I guess. As I go back to work, I just want to thank everybody for hanging out the past 2 weeks. It's been a lovely little reprieve from all the politics that have been going on the past 4 years, which I will not get into on this thing. Anybody I work with who's been watching, whatever. What with COVID and all, this has been a nice little escape, I guess. Because we didn't go try to spread COVID like some people did. Let's not talk about my family. Love you, Mom. Anyway. Let's see how that goes. Oh. I think that's done. Yeah. I don't like that. Janky. So I haven't found a great way to do this. If you got anything else you want to suggest, I'd be glad to hear it. That would make it better. Yes. Over. So. Put this in. And yeah, it's overkill, I think. Probably don't need that, but I don't want it rolling off the top. But I don't want to cover that bolt up either because that'll mess up the symmetry. I have words. So the vlog may not last as long as I thought, because I really just ran out of crap to say. I thought I had a lot to say about Star Wars. Maybe I don't have so much to say about Star Wars. It's easier to talk to other people. Blah, 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 whatever you want to hear. The new theory sounds cool. The whole time travel theory and splitting the time. I hope that works. And I hope Sebastian Stan is Luke. And I hope this and I hope that. But I'll survive either way. And like I said, I'll keep pumping out my money. That does not look the best. But it's going to stay tonight, because this is the yard saber anyway. So, good and grippy. Not very pretty. It'll look better when it gets dirty, actually. And I'm going to put my other pommel back on. I just mainly it protects the speaker a little more. The dirt has farther to travel. So, this is my complete, oh yeah, there's not even a battery in it. Completely dead wannabe Banshee LGT 1. That I had an exposed wire from the speaker in, and it touched the side of the hilt, and the smell and the smoke make me think it won't work anymore. But it was the 9-font non-smooth swing, and it was horrible anyway, and the speaker had gone out, and it was just a light. So I'm just going to try to find another, or buy another core at some point if I see them on sale. There's one on AliExpress, but it's from LGT Saber Store. And I think I've ordered from them. I think this came from them. I think. And it was supposed to be the Animus looking one. So I'm kind of hesitant to order a saber core. It's $45. And it sounds a little too good to be true. Found another one for 60 something, but I don't know. I hate to. You can get a saber with smooth swing for $80, but they're all kind of ugly. So, depending on what you like, I guess. Before I start criticizing somebody's dream saber. It's all about personal taste. That's what I like about this. There's so many. Here's me in my shop with my grubby little LGTs, and somebody's got, $3,000 hilts that do all kinds of amazing things. And yeah, there's a range for everybody. I will have a nice hilt one day. I will. I'll probably drop it too, though. So anyway, I'm gonna get in the house. Just show you my collection real quick. Therax that works with a blade, with an actual reflector tip, a very soft sound, barely hear it, lighted working-ish LGT2, a dead LGT1, and a Profi shade, which if I keep or get to keep or whatever happens to Crimson Dawn, I don't know what's going on yet, but hopefully they'll email me Monday. I've decided to name Shattered Dreams. So, there you go. I'm going in, getting ready for bed. You all guys have a great week. And I'll catch you on the flip side, and may the force be with you.